Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Today I'm asked to share on the topic of faithful witnessing to the evangelical counsels as sharing the gift of faith. Who am I to share on this topic? Nakakapangliit. I am simply humbled, yet I choose to share, to speak. Yes, para kay ina, para kay Saint Joseph, higit sa lahat, para sa Diyos. Allow me to speak both in English and Tagalog so that I can be more understood. Indeed, I realize even this is a witnessing. I am not here to give inputs coming from books, but simply to share on what we do. I think this is also a good opportunity to make more people know and become aware that the Church does wonderful and great things for her people. How do I understand the topic, faithful witnessing to the evangelical counsels as sharing the gift of faith? Evangelical counsels, big words for the common people. Briefly explain, as consecrated religious priests, brothers, sisters, and nuns, we have three evangelical counsels: chastity, poverty, and obedience. We vow, we promise to live chaste, poor, and obedient to Christ, to the Church and her teachings, to the missions entrusted to us. By this way of life, we are asked to be faithful witnesses. That we are faithful witnesses, how can I, or we, or any consecrated religious be faithful witnesses? People don't see our innermost longings, our struggles to be faithful. They don't see the daily grind of our religious community. People don't see my personal struggle, simply to wake up in the morning just to be present in our community prayer. Ang mga personal na realidad na ito, bagamat hindi nakikita ng tao, ay pwede namang maramdaman, maranasan ng tao sa pamamagitan ng mga bunga ng katapatan sa pagtupad sa aming misyon. On a personal note, I belong to the religious community of Salesians of Don Bosco in Naga. We have a parish and a TVET center, a technical vocational education training center for the young people, especially the poor. Paano kami nagiging tapat na saksi in our given context and apostolate? As a community, we try our best to serve our parishioners in training center, being aware of our consecration. To see the parish service multiplying, the people's attendance increasing, to see the quality of training growing and being maintained in the school, the quantity of students also increasing, I think this is a good way to see that we as a community is trying our best to be faithful witnesses to the evangelical counsels. On a more personal note, I am just happy to share what we are doing in our training center. Hopefully, a fruit of our efforts to be faithful to our consecration. Don Bosco Training Center is not simply a test the skills provider center. It is a Catholic school. Sa Don Bosco, mas madaling maging mabuti, mas madaling magbago because of the formative structures we have made for our students. Aside from the minimum requirements set by TESDA to comply with, we have faith formation opportunities. The sacraments, retreats, and recollections are within reach for the students' spiritual growth. We have organized youth groups. We have extracurricular activities for the students' personal, relational, and social growth. We provide structured activities to promote the highest standard of ethical work. And for almost 3 years, in spite of the pandemic, the lack of financial support from private companies, we continue to serve and help our young people. This is not simply the work of Don Bosco. This is the work of the Church. Indeed, Ina, the mother of the Church, takes care of us, takes care of our young people. Basically, this is our share to the gift of faith which we too have received. How can we benefit from this reflection? That each one of us has a role to fulfill. Some have few roles to realize. Others have too many, yet manageable. One thing is sure, that all of us are called to be Christ's faithful witnesses, and that we can fulfill this by being responsible to each role that we have, with the help, of course, of God's grace. Indeed, we are invited to be faithful witnesses. Thank you very much po sa inyong lahat. May we be faithful witnesses to the evangelical counsels. Again, thank you very much.